Hi guys, so today I thought that I would sit down and do a video on my cleft palate. I don't think a lot of you know that I do have a cleft palate. You can't really see unless you're really close, and you can also hear my speech impediment. I don't know why I can't say my R. I've been through countless years of speech therapy and I just can't get it. But I thought that I would sit down and do this video just because I know that I'm not the only woman or man with a cleft palate. Alright, so I don't know where it cut off. My camera died in the middle of me talking. So, but anyway, a cleft palate can really have an impact on confidence, on how they view themselves, and all that jazz. What a cleft palate is literally just a slit that doesn't form during development in the womb on the lip. So with surgery, you have to kind of go up and stitch it up, and that's why in all the photos you see a little baby with no, like with a split lip. I'm sure you guys have seen it, and it also has an opening in the roof of the mouth. I also have some fake skin in my mouth to cover that hole. A lot of people, I mean without cleft palates, but like if you see like the snake videos of the snake going into the nose and coming out the mouth, that's how it's done, is it comes out of the hole in the mouth. But why I wanted to do this is because, again, just to kind of educate, just to kind of tell my story and my experience with it, to kind of maybe inspire somebody else. A lot of plastic surgeons have asked me, even if I didn't hire them to help me, have asked me just, would you be okay with sitting down with a couple of young teenage girls and talking to them? And I always said yes. I always really enjoy giving people inspiration, helping people out. So I never did it, so I'm just making a video on it. But basically, when I grew up, I had the surgery when I was a baby, and I have one photo of me with the slit. And after the surgery, everything was good, and the baby photos are really good. The nose looked normal, and things like that. But as I grew up and as my nose grew, it collapsed. Both of them collapsed. It hung. It looked like somebody had kicked me in the face by a horse. So yeah, it definitely had an effect on my confidence. Every time I saw somebody, every time I met somebody new, I knew that they were judging my nose. I knew that was in the back of their mind. They don't want to say anything because it's rude. I knew that. I went to a little place with like a kindergarten class, like something my mom was volunteering with little kids, and I wanted to come with, and I came in. They all swarmed, to me, and all of them looked up and said, "What happened to your nose? What?" And they pointed to my nose. And I know it wasn't the cleft palate, because cleft palate is very, the stitches are not noticeable, especially if I have makeup on. A lot of people don't realize I have it. They just hear the speech impediment. Not everyone with a cleft palate has one. I just do. That also has to go with the mouth. I don't know if I don't know. I don't really want to get up in your face, but my jaw doesn't, it doesn't have an overbite, it doesn't have an underbite, it doesn't connect. There's a gap. And so when I do my S's, you can hear a little bit of like a sound. Because there's nothing I can do about that. I was in speech therapy, and she was like, wait, do it again, do it again. And she goes, yeah, we can't fix that. It just, you have to, you know, move your jaw to fix that, because there's just a gap. So it's kind of like, yeah. I've had my jaw broken to help with the chin. I actually don't have a tooth right here. I don't have one because I don't really know why. But with dentistry, they just kind of moved the tooth over and we grew bone. But where the tooth is exactly where my cleft is. So it actually dissolved when I was a kid. It was wiggly, and for like years it was wiggly and ready to go, and it just kept getting smaller and smaller, and it just dissolved. It was very weird. But basically, when I grew up, you know, it was always in the back of my mind, oh, you know, people judge me for this. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I just had to ignore it, because, I mean, I couldn't really look at myself in the mirror. I had somebody tell me once, if I had a face like yours, if I had a cleft palate, I would be wearing a bag over my head, because it's so awful, like it's so embarrassing to be you, or something like that. And that hurt. That hit me, and that was from a friend. That was just before this friend attacked me physically. And it was right before my birthday, and I was like 12. It hurts, you know, I was a young teenager, and you have all this, and you can't really get the surgery again to do the nose job until you stop growing. And it affected me. It made me not want to take photos. It made me not want to look in the mirror. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to accept yourself. And, you know, I think everyone still learns to do that. I am too. But you're you. That's what makes you you. And that it hurts, you know, but, you know, I had 2 nose jobs recently to help with everything in the collapsing and things like that. It's hard when you're young and you have something that nobody else does, but you can't, you know, you just have to be you. You know, if they're not going to accept you for that, then they don't need to be in your life. Because not everyone's going to be that person. And there's nothing wrong with the cleft palate. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. You know, it is, but it's not, I guess. I've gotten fired for my speech impediment. I've gotten confronted about it from that job, which is illegal to do, even mention it. And I'm very open about my cleft and my speech impediment and things like that, just because it's who I am. And if I can make this video and help somebody else, that's what I want to do. But you know, you have to just wake up one day and just say, I'm gonna accept myself. You know, this, you know, it's not, you know, I look different, my nose looks different. And my nose, I've had 2 nose jobs, and I'm still insecure about my nose. And I've just come to the realization I'm just going to have that insecurity. It doesn't make me ugly. My nose is perfectly fine, but I'm still going to be insecure about it, and I've just accepted it and said, but that doesn't make me not pretty, because I am pretty. And I know a lot of young women now look up to people on the internet, you know, with perfect skin and this confidence, and you kind of have to fake it till you make it. I had to be like, oh, I'm pretty, oh, I'm confident, oh, I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm just going to not think about it and just be me. You have to kind of fake it till you make it, and through that you get confidence, and you get to be this person who has that confidence and has that ability to go out and just accept themselves. I don't know what I was going to say, but yeah, I had, 2 nose jobs to fix it, besides the one as a child. But I think if you have a cleft palate like me and you are struggling, just know that you are not different, and you are pretty and you're beautiful, and it doesn't make or break you. If you have a speech impediment like me, that's, it hurts. I hate hearing myself on video, but you can't let it stop you. You just have to keep going, because that's you. That's the only thing that's gonna make you you. And if you're not gonna accept yourself, nobody will. At the end of the day, it's you. It's nobody else. At the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. And why would you live hating yourself? And I know that's easier to say than to do, but I think that, you just have to love who you are. And, yeah. So, and with the nose jobs, I got it in high school when I was like 18. I think I was a junior in high school. And after I had it done, that's when people kind of came out and said, yeah, when I met you, I thought you got kicked by a horse. I was like, oh, what happened to your nose? And the truth kind of came out that I knew that they were saying, but they just didn't want to admit. And it kind of hurt, kind of was a stab in the back. But, especially if you're a teenager and you want to have that nose job, that's between you and your parents and you, with money-wise and things like that. But, you can, alter your looks, but, you can only do so much. And also, you don't want to do too much. You don't want to look, have a botched face. And I don't think there's anything wrong with plastic surgery. I think that it's there to improve things that are already there. It collapsed and they could fix it. And now I can, breathe through both my nostrils. But yeah, it's, if you want to make that decision, obviously I encourage you to do whatever will make you feel better. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.